First, as always, we start with the vocabulary. So let's learn some new words. The first word is actually two words, right? The first expression is two words, and it's human resources. Human resources? That sounds a little strange, doesn't it? We're going to use humans as resources? But it's not that strange. When you think about it, many different people have different skills or different talents, and we want to be able to use those skills or talents to help other people. So that's what it's meant by human resources, right? People's skills and abilities. I said talents. Ability is the same as talent. So you could also say their talents. You are talented. You have certain abilities that you're good at, certain skills that you're good at. Those are your talents, right? That a company or organization can use. And of course, in a company or organization, there is a human resources department. And in that department, those workers are interested in how to best use the skills and talents of the people at the company. So that's what they're doing. That's what they should be doing. Okay, good. Human resources. Okay, next we have capital resources. Capital resources, what are those? In economic terms, capital usually means money. But in this case, the capital resources mean things like tools like a screwdriver or a hammer, right? Machines. Actually, machines are a type of tool, right? They're a big piece of machinery that does some action, like robots. Robots are machines. And buildings. Buildings are also capital resources, which you need to produce goods. Actually, we can also call these things assets. Asset, A-S-S-E-T-S. Assets are things that a company owns, and they're another form of money because you can sell these things and get money for them. So capital usually means money when you're talking about business. Capital investment, capital resources, these are things that the company has that's worth something. It's worth a certain amount of money. So capital resources are basically tools, and tools, machines, buildings, they're all types of tools. They're things that allow or help the company to produce or to make products. Okay. An orchard. Now we've left like the industrial world and we've gone out into the countryside. Okay. So an orchard is an area in the countryside. It's an open area. It's like a field where people grow fruit trees. Now when you think about food, there's a lot of different vocabulary words that you can use for different types of growing food. You can say a field for when people grow corn or wheat, we just call that a field. But if you grow apples or oranges, those types of fruit that grow on trees, we call those areas an orchard. So an orchard is a place where trees grow. And the trees stay there, right? A wheat field, you cut down the whole plant. But an orchard, don't cut down the trees. The farmers will get very angry, right? So the trees stay there, but they produce fruit every year. It's an open area where people grow fruit trees and many different types of fruit. That's an orchard. Irrigation. Well, whether it's an orchard or a field, the farmer needs to get water to those plants because, of course, plants need water to live. Every living thing needs water. So how do they get water to an area, especially if it's not raining? Well, they set up an irrigation system. And irrigation just means watering land through pipes to help crops grow. A long time ago, people would dig like these long trenches, and they would get a nearby river or stream to go through the trenches in their fields. But with modern technology, we can use pipes to carry the water into the field, and we can, have little other tools that spray the water over the plants, or just holes in the pipe that will drip the water out into the field so that the plants get the water they need to grow. Sort. Now, sort here is a verb, right? To sort, to sort. Let's imagine that you have a lot of toys in your bedroom at home. You have marbles, you have little action figures, and maybe you have some games. Well, they're different kinds, right? So you're going to sort them. You're going to put all the marbles together. That's one kind. You're going to put all your action figures together. That's one kind. And you can put all your games in one kind. If they're all mixed up, you separate them and put them in different groups. That action, separating into different groups, is to sort, to arrange things in groups according to their kinds. So marbles over here, action figures over here, games over here. You have sorted your toys. In this case, you can sort apples, and it looks like a factory. Maybe there are some humans also working there, and basically what they're doing is they're picking out like a good apple or the right color of apple, and they're putting them over here, and then the lower quality apples they're putting over there. So they're separating the apples according to maybe size, color, whether they're damaged or not, and they're sorting those goods. Okay, next word is ship. Now, ship can be a noun, but it can also be a verb, right? You can think of a big ship, right? This looks like a big ship. It's a cargo ship. It is a cargo ship. It's a really big ship. But ship can also be a verb. To ship. I want to ship something to you. That means I go to the post office, put the thing in a package, and send it to you. That is to ship. To send something by ship or another vehicle. If I send something to you, right, you live in another country, and I don't want to pay a lot of money, sorry, and it doesn't matter that it takes a long time, I go to the post office and give it to them. I say, it's okay, it takes a month, that's okay. It might take they might use a ship to get it to you. But if I say, no, it's very urgent, your birthday is tomorrow, I want you to get it quickly, then it will be shipped by plane, right? So you can have air shipment or a ground shipment. Okay, good. Ripe. When something is ripe, it is fully grown and ready to eat or to harvest. There's a difference between those. I'll talk about it. But think about an apple, right? If you go out in the orchard in the springtime, you look at the apple trees, there's no apples. Where are the apples? Well, after a little while, the flowers start to grow, right? And the flowers might turn into little buds, and they're little tiny apples. Don't eat those. Ugh, they're terrible, right? You have to wait until the apple is fully grown and it changes color, right, into like bright red or sometimes green. There are a lot of green apples. And when that apple looks great, when it looks like it's really ready to eat, then it is ripe. It is ready to eat. Or to harvest. What does harvest mean? Harvest means that you go to the orchard or to the field and you take the ripe fruit or vegetables and you collect it. You don't eat it, right? Because first of all, you can't eat all of that. That's too much. Oh my gosh. Besides, the other problem is that you want to sell it, right? You don't want to eat it all because then you don't make any money. So you want to harvest it. You want to gather it together in bushels and then you ship it to the marketplace, and that's where you will sell it. So harvest just means to gather when something is ready, to gather it up. Okay. Load. Now, I just talked about harvest, right? You gather all the things together, you put them into baskets, and then you put them onto a truck. You load it onto a truck. So load means to put something or someone on vehicles, right? So if you have a baby brother or a baby sister, your parents will load your baby brother or sister into the back seat. Put the seatbelt on when you go on a trip. So they will load your baby brother or sister into a vehicle. I hope your parents don't load you into the vehicle. You can get in the vehicle by yourself. Okay? So they don't need to load you in. But if you want to put things into a car or a vehicle, like your groceries. You go to the store and you help mom put the groceries into the car. You're loading the groceries into your car. Of course, it's also, companies do this a lot too, when they transport goods, when they ship goods from one area to another. Okay, that is our vocabulary section for today. A lot of interesting words.
Lesson 11. From farm to you. Human resources. People's skills and abilities that a company or organization can use. Capital resources. Something such as tools, machines, and buildings which you need to produce goods. Orchard. An open area where people grow fruit trees. Irrigation. Watering land through pipes to help crops grow. Sort. To arrange things in groups according to their kinds. Ship. To send something by ship or another vehicle. Ripe. Fully grown and ready for eating or harvest. Load. To put something or someone on vehicles.